Hello dear viewer, thanks for tuning in. You can see the faint glimmer or wisp of CN Tower yonder way across Lake Ontario. And I've got the pleasure today of introducing you to a couple of amazing people. An elderly couple by the name of Laurie and...
I'm only 25, Ethel.
Ethel and Laurie. Now what makes these guys amazing, you can see my little Speedo over there, bike going back and forth downtown, and I do 20 clicks. Versus what Laurie and Ethel are driving, and you can see they're geared up. The reason they're geared up, folks, is that they've actually come here all the way. This is Toronto, obviously, CN Tower, etc. You guys have driven here or biked here all the way from... Vancouver. Now, how many kilometers is that?
It's about getting on for 5,000 kilometers.
5,000 kilometers, and it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4 provinces at least over. It's essentially the other side of the country. You're going from the Pacific coast almost to the Atlantic. So are you guys planning to go all the way?
Going on to Halifax.
Going on to Halifax in the Maritimes. So here's a big question. Like, why did you guys take this journey upon yourselves,
just
Laurie?
Fun and to see the country and to meet the people. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Okay, so here's a question for you. I don't mind throwing it out there because we did talk about it. Now you guys are getting, like, I want to say you're past your prime, but you're just like a couple of fit kids. Like, how do you manage to stay in such excellent shape?
Mental activity, I think, is one. Yeah,
and we'll be.
And being English obviously helps. English humor,
the good Lord
English way of life.
The good Lord has a big hand in it. Whilst I've had 3 knee operations, so whilst we can still do it, we're going to do it.
So you just decided? Are you guys? Do you mind if I ask? Are you semi-retired or retired? And this is how you enjoy your time?
We're retired on paper, but we foster children when we're at home.
Wow.
So as soon as we get home, the phone will be ringing probably to say, "Can you take?"
Yeah. So this is your guys' basically chance to just get away from it all, work out all your stress and anxiety, see the country. What about the weather? What about, like, you need to take a poop and it's in the middle of nowhere? What about, like, the elements or animals or all of these kinds of things?
Yeah, when it rains we get
bears.
Wet. You know, so, yeah, we've seen a few bears.
Yeah, wolves.
Yeah. So what about, like, okay, do you mind if I ask, have you ever been in some predicament where it's like a storm and there's no hotel inside and you have...
We have a tent.
We had a big thunderstorm in the Rockies,
In the Rockies?
Yeah.
You went through the mountains?
Oh, yeah.
You took, like, the Trans-Canada Trail through the mountains?
Very nearly, yes.
Folks, I've actually driven it. It's some of the most beautiful scenery ever. However, it can be iffy in terms of the weather, I guess.
Yeah, and the hills.
And the trucks flying by and all these other cars.
We tried to stay away from the trucks.
Well, what do you guys have to say to like an average person such as myself, guys? We look at guys like you and we're like, oh my God, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. No. Like, I bike back and forth to work 20 kilometers and I'm pooped, and that's just 50 minutes of bike riding. So what do you say to someone who wants to start biking, or who wants to start getting fit, or who wants to maybe one day run a marathon or something like that?
Start off little and build up. We started off with a weekend, and then it turned into a week, and then the next one was a fortnight, and then it built up from there, and we find that we could sort out what we needed on the bikes and feel comfortable.
Cut down.
Unbelievable.
We tent every night, so we're not in hotels or anything.
You guys are a real inspiration. I'm going to put this on YouTube, and God bless you, and thank you for blessing me. Thank you for blessing my viewers. And any last words?
Keep biking.
Start.
Start.
About starting. Start.
There you
Otherwise, you'll
go.
never do it.
That's awesome.